Welcome. My name is Joanne Walter, and I'm an alumna of the Psi chapter at James Madison University. During our biennial conventions, we take time to remember and acknowledge those sisters who have entered the Eternal chapter since we were last together. Although we were unable to physically gather for the 43rd National Convention, this virtual memorial service is presented in memory of members whose deaths were reported to the national organization between June 2018 and June 2020. This service celebrates the lives and contributions of over 100 sisters from over 30 chapters. With the help of our sisters' friends and loved ones, I would like to share some of their stories with you now. Yolanda Bauer is going to share a few words in honor of Sister Ann Semmel, a Beta Theta alumna who devotedly supported their chapter for many years.
My name is Yolanda Vieira Bauer, Beta Theta Fall Class of 1976, and member of the Boston Alumni Chapter. Sister Ann Semmel, PhD, was Professor of English and the founding chair of the English Communication Arts Department at St. Mary's University in San Antonio, Texas. She became an initiated member of Alpha Sigma Tau when the Beta Theta chapter was installed in April 1976, at which time she was chapter advisor and remained in that capacity for about 14 years. I asked a past national president, Pat Nail, for her impressions of Beta Theta in those early years. As a Houston Alumni Chapter member and later as district president, Pat attended various events at Beta Theta, from colony activities and the chapter installation and several chapter visits. And she recalls Sister Ann as, quote, warm, thoughtful, and gracious at chapter visits, and how Sister Ann always showed so much joy, love, and direction for the women of Beta Theta, end quote. Thank you, Pat, for sharing those sentiments with me. An article in the campus newspaper written upon Sister Ann's passing indicated that during her 43 years at St. Mary's, Sister Ann was a pioneer who advanced the English department, and in particular, convinced Macmillan publisher to open their American Literature Anthology textbook to include minority literature. Sister Ann was a trailblazer in the 1970s.
Thank you, Yolanda. What a beautiful message. Next, Stacy Jimison Wiedemeyer is going to share a few words in honor of her mother, Janet Minnis Jimison, a past National Council member. Both Stacy and Janet joined Alpha Sigma Tau through the Iota chapter at Emporia State University in Kansas.
Hi, I'm Stacy Jimison Wiedemeyer, daughter of Janet Minnis Jimison. She was a member of the Iota chapter at Kansas State Teachers College in Emporia, Kansas. She received an education degree and taught physical education for several years before staying home with my brother and I. She returned to the workforce as a registered bridal consultant and manager of a gift and housewares store before owning her own home decor business. I joined the Iota chapter at Emporia State University, and at that time she became involved with the sorority at the chapter level. She went on to serve on the National Council as treasurer and vice president. She valued her experiences serving the sorority and the many friendships she made throughout the years.
Thank you, Stacy. The bonds of sisterhood are special, but even more so when shared with your mother. Thank you for sharing more about her with us. Brittany Berg, an Epsilon Alpha alumna, passed away suddenly earlier this year. To honor her life and legacy, Brittany's chapter sisters and close friends are going to share a few words.
Brittany Nicole Fussinger Berg was a member of the Epsilon Alpha chapter at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. She was initiated in the fall of 2007 and was my little.
Brittany held many leadership roles. She was the fourth president of the Epsilon Alpha chapter and most recently the president of the Phoenix Alumni Association. But most importantly to me, she was my big.
Brittany earned her bachelor's degree in space physics and her master's in education. She shared the love of science with others as a science and physics teacher for nearly a decade.
Brittany lived life. She enjoyed camping, traveling, sporting events, cruises, and scuba diving with family, friends, and her high school sweetheart and best friend, Devin Berg.
Brittany truly embodied what it meant to be glad of life because it gives you the chance to love and to work and to play, but most importantly, to look up at the stars. Surrounded by her family, friends, and sisters, she was laid to rest on February 19th, 2020.
Thank you for sharing more about Brittany. What a beautiful soul, whose memory will certainly live on. Mary Jo Stoneman was a dedicated member of the Alpha Gamma chapter. To honor Mary Jo, her chapter sister, Annette Brasco-Sturl, shares a few words.
Mary Jo Stoneman was always thought of as a dignified lady. Mary Jo was active with our chapter as a collegiate and alumnus, but also the college campus, her church, and the community of Arkadelphia, Arkansas. She served on numerous boards and committees. Mary Jo was self-reliant. If she didn't know how to solve a problem or take care of a situation, she knew someone who did. Mary Jo was trustworthy. We knew we could rely on her to listen, to care for, and love each of us. She treated us as a member of her family. We have joked over the years how we wanted to be like Mary Jo when we grew up. Well, many of us are still trying to become the kind of lady Mary Jo taught us to be by her example. Rest peacefully in the eternal chapter, Mary Jo.
Thank you, Annette. Mary Jo was a special woman who is beloved by so many. Suzanne Montgomery Clark will now share a few words in honor of her daughter, Delta Eta alumna, Megan Montgomery.
I'm Megan Montgomery's mom. She was a member of the Delta Eta chapter at Belmont. She was on the Panhellenic committee and was proud to be Sunshine Chair. She got her master's degree at UAB and was employed as a writer at UAB for the School of Nursing. She was on the Young Professionals Board of the Humane Society and loved the adoption events, getting the animals adopted. She had started a fashion business online. She was a competitive Iron Tribe athlete, loved all kinds of competitions, even Easter egg hunts. She loved the beach, sunsets, her fur babies, and her family. We were so incredibly blessed to have her in our lives.
Thank you, Suzanne. We will continue to remember Megan's legacy by how she lived her life, full of brightness and graciousness. The next sisters we remember are three women who joined Alpha Sigma Tau through the Sigma chapter at Buffalo State College. Throughout their entire lives, they remained steadfast, lifelong friends, supporting one another through life's ups and downs, and even raising their children together. Their daughters, who are also Sigma chapter alumni, will now honor their mothers and our sisters. Jean Rickman McNamara, Sally Sturm Wales, and Florence Kuzmasotis. Sue McNamara shares more about her mother, Jean.
Hello. I would like to share a few words and memories about Jean McNamara, my mom and Alpha Sigma Tau's sister. I'm Sue McNamara, Jean's legacy. She pledged with the Sigma chapter at Buffalo State College. She was a very active member of the Buffalo Alumni chapter. She held many alumni positions: president, vice president, secretary, Panhellenic rep in Western New York, philanthropy liaison, and served on many committees. She was co-advisor to the Sigma chapter with her good friend Sally Wales and was instrumental with Sally in the reactivation of the Sigma chapter in the 1970s. On a national level, she served as Director of Expansion on the National Foundation and on many national committees. She worked as a public school teacher, was a loving mother to 3 children and 6 grandchildren. She was extremely active in her church and held many church offices, as well as serving on church boards. She was a role model for motherhood, friendship, and loved life to its fullest. She was a faithful Christian and Alpha Sigma Tau sister. Mom's love and life service to others will be greatly missed.
Thank you, Sue. And now Pam Wales Savarsik tells us about her mother, Sally Sturm Wales.
Hi, my name is Pam Wales Safarzik, and I'm here to speak about my mom, Sally Sturm Wales, who passed away in September at the age of 87. My mother was initiated into the Sigma chapter at Buffalo State College in 1951. Mom held a variety of positions And nationally, she was a district president, a national director of alumni, and she was also the chapter advisor to the Sigma chapter, along with her friend Jean McNamara. And they were instrumental in getting the chapter reinstated on the Buffalo State campus in 1979, which afforded many collegiate women, including myself as a legacy, the opportunity to join the sorority and enjoy the sisterhood. On a personal note, my mother had 4 children. She was an elementary school teacher and a Sunday school teacher and very active in her church. Alpha Sigma Tau was a big part of my mother's life, and I thank you for allowing me to share these memories with you today.
Thank you, Pam. And finally, we remember Florence Kuzmasotis. With Florence's daughter, Mary Beth Sotis, presently recovering from COVID-19, she shared thoughts regarding her mom with another dear sister, Mary Bolton, ahead of convention. Mary Beth said, "My mom loved her family, her friends, and her Alpha Sigma Tau sisters. She was dedicated to her sorority and all it represented to her. It was a huge part of her life and identity for 68 years. Her sisters became her lifelong friends and were always supportive and caring. She always smiled and laughed when she was with them and loved all of her adventures nationally and locally. She treasured the sorority badge, the yellow rose, and anything that represented their meaning to her. She cherished all her AST memories." Mary added that losing Florence meant so much to her sisters in the Buffalo Alumni Chapter and to her many friends in the national organization. She had a rare sense of humor, a superb dedication, an unending vitality, and enough love to share that no one ever felt left out. Mary said Florence was a true friend and a beloved sister. Thank you, Mary Beth and Mary, for your beautiful tribute. I will now share a poem with you. A stream can have no ending, for the ocean never ends. A path winds on, though we can't always see around the bends. Our view must stop where earth meets sky, but both stretch on and on. We cannot see our loved ones, still we know they are not gone, for God had promised us a home through all eternity, where life and love continue far beyond what we can see. All sisters to whom this service is dedicated will have their names appear along with their chapter designations and initiation year. You will see that several members have helped to honor our sisters who have passed by lighting a candle in their home. I invite you to light a candle in your own home in memory of these sisters who have entered the eternal chapter. You are welcomed and encouraged to share a photo of your lit candle in the comments section for all to see. As one by one the autumn leaves fade in the forest deep, so one by one to each of us must come the touch of sleep. As one by one the yellow rose bursts in the morning light, so one by one our souls shall wake again beyond the night. If you chose to light a candle in your home, you may now extinguish it. Though our beloved sisters are no longer with us physically, the light of their memories will continue to shine in our hearts. Thank you for joining us for the memorial service to celebrate the lives of these sisters who are more than friends. May the memories of those sisters who have entered the eternal chapter be a blessing to all of us.